I'm about to start the show. I'm about to call Nebulaezz, I think that's how I say the name. And go from there. I do have an overlay and everything ready to go. So let's do this. Let's do it. Boom. I can't hear anything because I'm on streamer mode. By the way. How you guys doing? Welcome everybody. So we're gonna start the Think of Artist podcast right now. Can you please? Oh, are you gonna get a webcam?
Yeah, hold on real quick. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. No, you're good.
Technical difficulties.
It's live. Things gonna happen. It's all good. Well, while you do that, I can sign into my bot and add the command because I forgot to do that because this is my first time doing this. Well, second time actually.
Am I coming on? Let's go. Let's see. There it is. There we are. Hey.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. There you go. Boom. Boom. Let's see if that works real quick. The command. Oh, there you go. Now it's working.
Go ahead and put my headphones on, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
That way I can talk to you a lot better. And get my thing going. Switch this.
All right. Now I just gotta make sure if the other scenes are good. I did not move anything before. So I gotta do full screen. Boom. Yep, should be good. And should be good. All right, cool.
All right.
All right. She sounds like a little like Hachi, just a little. Oh my god.
Like what?
Hachi. She sounds little like Hachi, just a little. You know who Hachi?
No.
Corey. Gotta explain. Yo, what up, Web Jedi? How's it going? No, you're good. You're good. All right, guys. So I'm about to switch scenes right now. To the main one. I got my questions ready to go. I got the links, everything for her right now, so you guys can see her art and all that. And I also do have the guest command as well. So let me actually put that on the title real quick. It's important guest so you could like get the social medias. There we go. All right, guys. So this is the first live stream of the Think of Artist. Oh, Hachi is another member of the Discord. That's why. I was like, I wasn't 100% sure either. I'll admit it. But anyways, so this Think of Artist is about the artists only. It's usually showcase about their work, who they are, and what they really what they represent with their art. And that's pretty much it. Really, it's just literally all about the artist. Because there's one thing I feel like is missing within Twitch and also YouTube. Here and there, there's like no podcast for artists to like showcase who they are and everything. Especially on Twitch, there's nothing like that on Twitch. So instead of me waiting for Twitch to put us in the limelight, I said I'll just do it myself and start from there. So this is actually the first episode live. We already did a first episode already on Sunday, which will be uploaded on my YouTube channel at Jonnyboig. And that will be like the first episode. I call it episode 0 because that was like the first one, the test ground and everything. This is episode 1, like officially. All right, guys. So let's get started. Transition. Do you want me to share my screen with you? By the way.
Yeah. If you want to, that's cool. No worries. Whatever works.
All right. So let me just share my the OBS and then. Okay. So let me do that. Boom, and then it's just to you. Full screen you. Boom, and there you go. All right, cool. That works. All right, so here, how you say your name, by the way?
So it's pronounced like nebulaezz, like
Nebulaezz.
Nebulaezz. So like nebulaezz, yeah.
Okay. Everybody can hear her on stream. Let me know, cause like sometimes a little bit glitchy here and there. So Nebulaezz, is that how you say it?
Yeah, perfect. That works perfect.
All right, cool. I actually pronounced the name right. Let's go. All right, I think that's a good podcast. Thank you guys again for watching. I see. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. All right, guys. So, all right. So, the first question I'm gonna ask, like as like the beginning, the origin, how did you start making your art, and why do you make art?
Awesome. Okay. Well, cool. So I'm one of those like ADD people. since I was a kid, my mom really like struggled sitting me down and like having me sit and do anything really, to be honest. So the first thing she did was like she loved art as like growing up. She didn't get to achieve it and all this extra story stuff, but that's for another time. So she was like, you know what? Here's a piece of paper. Just sit there. Just draw, please. Just sit down and draw. So I did, and it was like, since man, as long as I can remember, I've been just doodling on paper. My mom would like draw a dog and be like, "Here, please just draw this dog. Chill out for 1 minute." Like so, I would, and that developed into me going into grade school, going to like art club, going to high school, going to art club. Like, I always felt like just this drawn into like I don't know, like doodling, and it developed into like, okay, well, now what am I going to do with this? When I got to high school, it was kind of like, oh, I actually can actually think about what I want to do in my life. Wow, that would be cool, right? Like, let's
Yeah.
figure out what I want to do. So I realized, okay, this art thing isn't just to get my mom for me to sit down for a little bit. Like,
Mm.
let's do something with this. So I studied graphic design a little bit in high school. After I graduated, I went to college a little bit for graphic design as well, but I
Mm.
decided fine arts was really more where I wanted to go with it. Then I studied that and I decided, no, that's not what I want to do. Okay, well, I became a multimedia artist after that. So it was like I produced and produced and produced until I finally found my style. And as
Okay.
far as my, style, that is kind of like the why. I'm really into eyes. I don't know any of y'all are
Yeah,
looking at my
yeah,
art or anything. You can
yeah.
see kind of this guy behind me.
We will check out your art in a little bit right now. I'm ready. I
Perfect,
have it
perfect.
ready to go. But go ahead, go ahead.
No
Sorry, go
worries.
ahead.
No worries. That's cool. But that's kind of a little bit of the how, or I mean the why. Sorry. Um, it's like for so long, I always just doodled things that were kind of like whatever. But eventually, I started really getting into eyes and getting into like weird things. And I was like, okay, what is this? Okay, let's run with it. In college, I did the same thing. I was always trying to like draw eyes and weird stuff. And I just kept going with it. I was like, this is cool, whatever. People dug
Mhm.
it and people bought some paintings and it was like awesome, this is great. Well, eventually I was like, why am I doing eyes? Like, what's my thing with eyes?
Mhm.
And um a little bit like ago, maybe 2 years ago, I started getting these kind of like weird things like in my head about like, okay, like these dreams. I had eyes coming to me in dreams. I had all this like weird intuitive stuff start happening to me. Long story short, I realized like, hey, this is actually like something to do with me. Like, I feel like these eyes are myself. It's kind of like I look into myself through the eye. I see outwardly through the eye. It's like it's kind of like, yeah, okay, the all-seeing eye. Everybody like sees that stuff, but it's deeper than that. It's almost like a second self where I see through this other world into my dreams. It's really interesting, and I kind of
Well,
that's my why now. I
that
go
kind of
ahead.
goes
Sorry.
to no. I was gonna sorry to cut you off, but that kind of goes to the second question of like why what art do you most identify with? So basically, is eyes, right? So that kind of goes with that question. But yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I just want to
Yeah,
ask it.
no,
So.
no, that's perfect. Yeah, it's I started off as kind of doing more tattooy eyes. When I really put my work out there, probably about 2016, I started to get on Instagram and really put my work out there. I was scared. I was a scared little kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was very like, oh, I'm scared of everything. But once I started putting my work out there, people were like, hey, this is cool. This is interesting. And things just started to develop from there. I started to collaborate with other artists. And my theme went from kind of like a dark art theme to more lowbrow, very colorful. I started integrating more. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Integrating more of my paintings, and taking all that I learned and now developing it into what it is now, where I a little bit of photography, painting, digital, and it's kind of just developed into this weird little style. I guess you could say lowbrow, but who knows what kind of genre is anything anymore? You know?
Right, right, right. So yeah, we're looking through your Instagram page right now.
Yeah, yeah,
And we see the evolution of your art where you started like only doing inking to color to like graphic kind of style. Like your FX, where I think that's what you call it, right? FX.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Perfect.
yeah, and then yeah, so we're scrolling through up right here. I do want to go to your latest art piece, right? Because it's your recent one.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just want to ask, what was your idea of this, and what were you trying to tell within this piece right here? Which is like
So
the latest one.
So yes, so this is more recently when I've been diving deeper into my art, meaning as like why why am I like why what's up with eyes? Like why am I seeing all these eyes? So um this is kind of a piece that delivers that meaning. As above, so below. We've probably heard, most people have heard that. And it has an esoteric undertone, but it's more about seeing things deeper than you really like just flat out perceive them. Like
Mm-hmm.
what you see right here, there's depth to that. When
Mm-hmm.
you look into the clouds, there's like more, I don't know, depth to the clouds than you really think there are, or even inside you. That's getting a little deep, but
No,
but
no,
it's
no,
it's
go ahead, go ahead.
that's where my art and that's where my art comes from. It's kind of a deeper place of like seeing through things for more than what they seem. Like the Transformers saying like there's more than meets the eye, like that kind of stuff. Like, but not
Yeah.
Transformers. More on the eye side.
Right, right, right. Well, this actually goes to the actually to the next question. So other than eyes, what theme do you pursue in your art? Other than eyes, like what is like the theme that you mostly go for? Like whether it's like live, uh, death, which the other previous artists I talked about. I was going a little bit too dark there, but go ahead.
No, no, that's cool. Yeah, I guess as far as a deeper theme besides the eyes, it's really for me now about pushing color out, kind of like stretching color as far as it will go before you're like, I'm blinded by this.
Mhm.
I really,
Yeah,
I really want, I really want to push out that like saturation, and I really enjoy like pushing color through because most of my artwork, growing up, I really did not use color at all. Now it's like that's kind of the goal here is like
yeah,
how crazy can I get this to look? But yeah,
yeah. So we're looking at one of your pieces right now from like 2018, and even below that, it was all black and white inking.
yeah,
There's not color at all. It was more like, yeah, like a tattoo style.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Inking's perfect.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, when we looked through that, and so that was like your motivation to start putting color and put more. Do you still do inking here and there, or these
Yes,
type
I
of
do
artwork?
actually. Yeah,
Okay.
I do. Just every now and then, a lot of my sketches really just start out like that. I just like sketch something, ink
Mm-hmm.
it, and then I say, you know what? No, let's take it digital. Let's go farther with it. Let's push it. Especially photography. I've been really not not on a like oh, a photographer. No, but just taking some photos, hoping the quality is the best for editing, and then going from there and really like integrating my art with the photo and making it come to life as like a real world, kind of like my last piece. Um,
Oh, right,
I love
the recent one, right?
right, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, so yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can see like the thing that like you've been going for. Because I looked at your Instagram yesterday. And yeah, it's very all. It's we have like similar thing, similar journey. Because I also started with black and gray, and now all I do is
Oh,
color stuff and like really put it bright colors. So I could like relate to you about that. Like where I started from, where black and gray to color. I guess a couple artists just go that direction.
yeah, right. I wonder what that is. I mean, that's really cool though. I think it's kind of like you developed more of the line details.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's like you're learning like the drawing 101, how you do shading and stuff like that. It's a little bit easier in black and gray than you do color, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think that's why maybe a lot of artists does that. I mean, you literally like started from doing traditional to like inking to color painting into like digital, and that's exactly what I did too. I did started traditional like with just black and gray to color like painting and then digital. So like,
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. It's like similar journeys in that kind of way.
right. Yeah, that's really cool. And I haven't even really thought about that as far as other artists, so that's awesome. I'll have to really look into that because I think we have something there as far as like people developing that. Because yeah, I never really thought about it to be honest until like right now. Like, oh hey, cool, yeah, you know what? That is
Well,
true.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can clearly see like it on like maybe on people's Instagrams because a lot of people
Yeah.
still have their old art, like most of us do. Or for me, I clean out a lot of my old art, but I just like left the beginning with my own art style, like original art. But yeah, if you check
Right.
that out, like I don't think you see any of my black and gray as much. But yeah, I think a lot of artists will be able to see like their origin to where they are now, that's what's
Yeah.
really cool about Instagram. You can see how they where they're at and to like where they are now. You know, like their evolution and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Instagram's great for that. I think the portfolio aspect that they held on to has really been awesome. I don't use Instagram as much, I kind of lack on that, but I'll get back on it.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's great for portfolio. You know, like oh, can we see your portfolio? Oh yeah, here's my Instagram, which is kind of weird saying it now, but it's actually a
Yeah.
great way to showcase your portfolio. But actually, we go to the next question. What is your favorite artwork that you feel like it was your stepping stone of your art that you feel like I could do this, or something like it was a big influence to you, that changed the way you think about your art and stuff like that.
So, probably the biggest piece was the painting you had showed originally. It's on like a gray, or not a gray, a beige. You had showed it up close. Yeah. Um,
Which
the
one?
eye with the burlap. Sorry. Um, it has stones behind it. I think it was the first one you showed.
Oh, this one?
Let me see. Yes, yes, that one.
Okay, 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 go. All right, go ahead.
Sorry,
Sorry.
thanks. Yeah, so that was a huge transitional piece, actually. It was a piece that I quit my job to pursue art with.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I couldn't even sell it. I still have this piece because I was like, I don't know, there's just, I meditated one day. I do meditate. And I came home after quitting my job and I was like, you know what? I let me see what comes up. So I'm sitting there meditating and it was like, push through yourself, like push through yourself, push through that darkness. Like you have got this shit. Like you, excuse me, but you've
No,
got
go ahead,
this.
go
You've
ahead,
got
go ahead.
this.
You're fine, fine.
And so it was weird. It's like as soon as I started on this piece, that's kind of literally what came through in the physical and what shows in the painting is like there's all this smudgy darkness that I've been dealing with, and it was like just keep seeing through it all, and it's kind of deep, yeah, but it shows it right there. I was like really really dealing with some stuff a lot, so this piece was a big transition for me to realize, you know what, I can do this as an artist. Like I can keep going. Like I don't have to put all this pressure on myself to do these things that I don't have to do. I can be an artist, And I think we're all kind of figuring that out right now, especially with everything going on. But
Right, right, yeah, because like that's very interesting. 'Cause you started April 9th, 2020, right? And that's when the
yeah,
COVID pretty much started.
yeah,
So it was a
yeah.
weird time to start full time. I mean, I started full time too at 2020 as well.
Really? Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it was a
that's
weird
awesome.
time because COVID happened, and we're like, oh, what a great time to start being a full time artist, right? Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's take
uh,
it off.
will you mind reading your description on this piece on your Instagram? I can send you the link right away if you
Yeah,
want
that'd
to.
be great.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I will read it.
I'll send you the link right now.
Awesome, awesome.
Check out the Discord real quick. There you go, and there you
Oh, there
go.
it is. And it's pulling up. Let's pull it over here.
Yeah, you don't have to read the whole thing if you don't want to, but like, yeah, if you wanna, go ahead.
Okay, okay. Um, there comes a time when I'm just kidding. No, there comes a time when the undeniable truth of your soul's existence is splashed in your face like cold water. When all the years of ignoring your spirit wash away, when the darkness you carry becomes so heavy you can no longer hold up your soul screams for relations to your physical self once more. The separation is painful, but that darkness can teach us to come back. It leaves a trail throughout our life that yearns for you to make the connection. Within the void is this light. To dive into the void is to dive into all that is you to find that light. Um, so yeah, that really is pretty deep, but it kind of puts a little perspective on the piece. Especially with now, like I meditated to kind of come to this piece. It was it was pretty interesting, but yeah, that's a big transitional piece in my life. I have
Yeah.
I have it to think, because now I see myself as an artist when it took a while to be like, hey, yeah, I'm an artist. So
Yeah, I think a lot of artists feel they don't feel like they're professionals at a certain point. Like even though they become full time, they still don't call themselves professional artists.
right.
Even I did that like recently, because like when you go full time, you still don't have that full confidence because when you're barely starting going full time, you don't know if you're gonna make it, what's gonna happen, and then with the COVID hit, it was
Yeah.
a spiral, everything, right? So, but I feel like once you go full time and you feel like you could do this and put everything you can, um, I think that's what, like, I think a lot of artists should start having more confidence in themselves and just say like, yeah, I'm a professional artist. Especially because like if you're gonna work for a company or even like get hired or something like that, you want to come out as professional, not like someone with confidence, right? And that's what like because it's a big leap, right? It's a big leap from like just doing it as a hobby, making some like money here and there, and then now you're going full time. You're like, this is like my life. This is my
Yeah.
career, right? So
Yeah.
it's a lot more pressure added to the artist. So I mean, this is actually a great way for you like to release like some bad emotions, good emotions, like all at once, and just like, hey, this is like me putting myself out there. This is the beginning of my journey, my art journey as a full time artist. Even with like, that right there is so crazy to me that you started on April, because I believe like a month later was when COVID fully hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that is like really crazy, and hey, you're still here, you're still working, and you're doing your thing. I mean, I see that shirt behind you, looks really
Yeah.
cool. Uh,
Thanks. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like let me go to your shop real quick, just to like, so we can see your shop, um,
Yeah, cool.
and then the art pieces that you have. But yeah, if you guys want to check out her shop, I believe I will post the link right now, um,
Awesome. Yeah.
right here. Boom. So what kind of like items do you have in your shop, like fully that you want to like really showcase?
So, I am about to do a full website update. So it
Okay.
may look a little different the next time if anybody drops by and
Okay.
takes a peek. But it will be more original paintings. I have a lot of original paintings I need to varnish and take pictures of. I've been working on that for about a month now, like really hardcore going on the paintings. Um, I have a lot of printables, like the socks are really cool that I have. There's an original piece that's kind of one of my older pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I don't really have too many prints or originals right now, but they're about to get all uploaded this weekend, and I'll probably have about like 5 new paintings on the site.
There you
So,
go.
but I also have shirts of my work that will get updated as well. Most of my newer digital pieces, they are not available as shirts or anything like that yet, but give me about a week and I'll have them all up there. It's going to be like a full cute little redo of my website. So,
Do you mind sharing the shirt behind you, because they can't really fully see on camera?
yeah. Let's see. Show.
There you go. It's like a tear eye, like a tear eye.
Yeah, yeah, and that piece is on my Instagram as well.
Oh, I could find it
But
right here.
yeah, so I do have a few of those shirts. They're kind of mixed sizes. Let me see if I can get my camera. Maybe that's more. There you go. That'll stay in the background. No, maybe not.
Hold on.
Oh, you're okay. I have my camera on this like new little thing, so it's
There you go. I had to wait. You're a little. There you go, and a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. And there you go. You're like, there you go. I had to wait, zoom in. Okay. So, you'll be updating your store this week coming up or this month?
yeah. This week,
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, cool, cool. So would that shirt be available? Because I think that's a really great shirt. I mean, sometimes over just like the ink and the black and white shirts always are great sellers, and because they're easy to make, and um, once you get like a cool design of it, oh there it is. I found it. I believe it is this one right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Here we go.
there you go. And then we also have, oh, this one's pretty cool too as well. The palm reader. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
a lot of these will be really cool as t-shirts, like just to put them out there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I appreciate that. I have a few of the teardrop shirts left. I will definitely upload those on the website. So yeah, look out for a few of those, and those are going to be super limited too because I only have like one per size. So
mhm.
um, once those go, they're gone. I'm not going to make any more probably. Those are
Okay.
kind of a little older, but
Right, right,
I
right.
want to make some of the palm readers. So thanks. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think like the some of the symbol stuff, like the double all seeing or like
Yeah.
the inking one, because like they're easy to print, right? Because it's only one color,
Right.
which is black. Which you can make them on screen printed or digital print, and it's will be very less expensive for you because you're using one ink only.
Right.
Um, So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these type of shirts do sell well because they're easy to make, and a lot of people do like that style. Um,
Yeah. Exactly.
but yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna go to right into the next question. Let me just change scenes real quick. Right here. Who are your biggest influences?
So, my biggest influence when I was a kid, I hate to be kind of like cliche in general, but I was super obsessed with Tim Burton movies. Like to the point where all of my stuff was like I was trying to draw Tim Burton. I was trying to like do all these weird things. My mom was like, "What did I do?" Because she got me this movie and taught me how to kind of draw, and then the next thing I know, I'm drawing all these like weird creatures everywhere. And she's like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, that's awesome right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, anything like Corpse Bride, anything Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, like I was super into all of that, which kind of led as soon as I got old enough to kind of research more and got my hands on a computer, I was really into Junji Ito's. Um, as soon as I really found out about his work, I was like obsessed from there. And he has been a little bit of my influence as far as the darker side of my work.
Mm-hmm.
But from there, I kind of haven't really, at least in my more recent work, I've kind of just done my own thing. I really, a lot of my influences have been when I was younger, but I
Mm-hmm.
really love like Junji Ito, anything like that.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, because I could say like, so pretty much like Tim Burton was like the beginning of your kind of getting into the dark art.
Right.
Like that kind of like the, I wouldn't say fully. Well, it's kind of like creepy style because it's only eyeballs, you know. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
so I could see the Tim Burton influence that he gave you, and I mean I think that's like a lot of artists start with, right? They start with like their biggest influence, and then they once they figure out a lot of things, they kind of go their own way, right? They do their own
Yeah.
thing, their own style. What was your favorite movie for Tim Burton?
The Nightmare Before Christmas for sure. Next to that, Edward Scissorhands, but it's a close tie.
Close tie. No, you gotta pick one.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Then. Nightmare
Ah,
Before
see, there you
Christmas.
go. See, when you put them on the spot, you gotta make a decision.
Oh yeah, you got me. You got me.
Yeah, you gotta make a decision. Um, what was your favorite character in Nightmare Before Christmas?
Most
Yep.
definitely Sally. Most definitely Sally.
Oh, okay.
Um, not because she was like the girl, but I think she was a little bit underrated. I think like she kind of got pushed to the side a lot in the movie, but
You
I
should have
love
her
the
movie.
idea. What's that?
No, I said she should have her own movie, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I felt like that was kind of me when I was younger. I was a little bit sad, a little bit falling apart, but I could sew myself back together. So
Aw. Yeah, I can see why a lot of like, I mean, Tim Burton influenced a lot of artists in today's age. Like, I mean, come on, he's one of the most creative minds in the industry, right? So I could
oh,
like,
absolutely.
uh, yeah, I mean, nobody could deny the artwork or the character creations of Nightmare Before Christmas or any of this other stuff. But yeah, Tim Burton is a great choice for influence for sure. Um, let's see, we go over here. All right, so we're gonna go into sort of well, I won't want to put you on the spot, but this is up to you if you want to answer it. All right, it's
Okay.
completely up to
Uh-oh.
you.
Okay.
So you know about you. I noticed that you do NFTs.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask the question again. You don't have to answer it. We can move on to the next question. I should have told you before, but I thought about it while we're doing this, right? So, what is your opinion about NFTs? And that's pretty much it. Like, what is your opinion about NFTs? Do you understand not understand? Do you see like what are the pros and cons to it? And just yeah, pretty much just your opinion, like
Yeah.
opinion of NFTs.
Okay.
If you don't mind answering that.
Yeah, no, I don't actually mind at all. So that is a really good question. I feel like this question isn't asked enough a little bit because artists, it's so new. I mean, you and I both know it's so new.
Mm-hmm.
And we are really wanting to jump in because we see the good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I pretty much tried to jump in and I made some sales, but I noticed they were with people who really did want to support me or were already supporting me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a close knit of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then I see these people who have great success with NFTs as far as a separate collector, like a collector, they have no idea who it is, and they come and purchase their piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still in that realm of figuring out, hey, is this for me or is it not? Am I should I pursue this more? Should I, kind of just step back a little bit? So that's where I'm at as far as that. But as far as what I agree with and disagree with NFTs,
Mm-hmm.
I think they are a good opportunity for artists to have another option to put their art out there. I think in the digital world, it is a little like confusing for artists to be like, okay, well, I don't have a physical piece. What do I do if I just have all these digital files and whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where NFTs are a really great thing, but it's definitely so new where I think there could be, things in it that are like, oh, it kind of sets me kind of like back a little bit, like, oh, I don't know. There's nothing like to me a good piece of just like art that you can hold. I mean,
Right. Physical art piece, yeah.
yeah, a physical art piece. And I think I stepped back from NFTs a little bit. I do have two out there available,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really push them, to be honest, too much because I'm really focused on creating my physical pieces, finishing my paintings. So that's a little bit where I stand. I'm really not for or against it, I guess you could say. I'm kind of testing the waters, but
That makes sense.
I dip my toe and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's finish this piece over here. like, but yeah.
If you guys don't know what NFT is, I'll just read the definition about it. I should have done it in the beginning. A non-fungible token is a unit of data stored on a digital ledger called a blockchain that certifies the digital asset to be unique and therefore not interchangeable. NFTs can be used to represent items such as photos, videos, audio, and other types of digital files. So, like you said, this is like a great new way for digital artists to make money off their artwork instead of just having it online. So that's like kind of like the positive side of it. Uh, would you mind giving opinions about the pros and cons of it, like what people are saying about it?
Sure.
Again,
So,
again, you could say no to any of this if you don't want to answer, but
no, you're
uh,
fine.
yeah, I don't want to put you on the spot or anything like that, which I kind of did because I should have told you before, but I thought about it while we are doing the interview. Uh,
No, you're good. That I mean, it is a really great question because
it's something new. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to get respected.
yeah,
I'm trying to get respected of like any of a lot of these artists are into it or not into it because I want to get both sides of the coin, pros and cons of it, and like just talk about it more so people can understand it more. Because it's something very new and a lot of people are still kind of confused about it. Like, what is this? You know what I mean?
right. And that's fair. And even me, I feel like I don't really have all the answers to what it is. But you described it well. It's like, you know, when you have a physical piece of art, you're like, okay, here, I have this. Do you want it? I'll sell it for some money, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, this NFT is such a new concept where you don't necessarily have money to exchange. It's all like this blockchain that you integrate, you know, funds on and then switch them for this piece. It's even confusing to me at times. But as far as the pros and cons, I think the pros are really that it's giving digital artists a chance to get their work out there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a that's probably like the glowing pro. Um Now the cons, I feel like there could be a little bit more cons than pros at this time and age, but maybe it's still developing, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
not seeing the best pros. But you know, I would like to be enlightened if there are better
Well, I
like
do have a
things,
list
you
of
know.
NFT pros if you want me to like tell you.
Yeah, yeah, I want to hear some pros. I
Okay,
think
so some NFT pros. Number one is value growth. So in this article it
that's
says,
true.
as with other investments, there's also potential growth in the value of your investment when you buy tokens. For example, Cyberpunk number 3100 first sold for $2,000 on July 6, 2017. The collector who owned the artwork refused to sell it until March 2021, although whoever it was received plenty of offers. Nonetheless, the collector probably doing backflips considering it that more than $7.5 million return on the investment they earned when they sold.
Wow. Oh, wow.
But which
That's
is
insane.
yeah, which I will say that whoever bought it probably regrets it because of the backlash of Cyberpunk. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
And we'll go to the next one because it kind of goes with the next one. Ownership of something unique. So what essential means they're not irreplaceable. They're a good feeling when you own a one of a kind piece, whether it's a painting, a piece of furniture, or digital image, audio clip, or digital asset. So some way that I also heard that artists do, when they sell an NFT, they make something in a physical form to send to the person. One sold like they do like a trophy. An artist before me, they're doing a unique poster with the barcode on there. They go straight to the NFT, stuff like that. So that's something like a more unique ownership of that, since you can't really own a digital image, somebody could just copy paste. So a way that artists are kind of going around that is making an actual physical piece, whether it's like a little trophy or a poster with a barcode, and then send it to the person who owns it. So
Right.
what do you feel about the first two pros about this NFTs?
So, I feel like those are definitely pros. I mean, you know, I did create some NFTs that are just sitting there. I haven't like really
Mm-hmm.
pushed. I haven't minted. You know, you list or you and then you mint. It's kind of interesting, but you know, they're just listed. They're just sitting there, and so that's interesting. You say about the punk, how long it took him to like let that sit, and then until somebody was like, "Hey, I want." So that's kind of cool. I feel like that is a definite positive. Maybe I can, you know, okay, it makes me think, well, maybe that one I have sitting there one day will be worth a little bit more. But I think that's kind of like the game about it is creating this value within something that people want, no matter if it is physical and or you know an NFT. And that brings to the second point, like you said, that's a great idea to put something physical into this NFT, which I've considered, but I haven't made it a step that far. So
Right, yeah,
you
because
know,
you're still like with it and not with it. You're still like deciding. You're like in the
right,
middle right now, which makes
right,
sense. Because well, here are like the cons of it. Which one of them is kind of already kind of figured out. Physical art cannot be digitalized. but you could make a physical
Right.
art to make it unique for the person. So that kind of goes
Right.
like to fix that. Uncertain
Right.
value. I mean, digital coin, crypto, all that is uncertain value. It's all over, like all over the place. Stocks too as well. So I understand the whole like confusion, the uncertain value about NFTs. But the
Yeah.
biggest one is environmental costs. That's like the biggest argument a lot of artists use. And in your
Yeah.
opinion, how you feel about that?
So that's where I haven't done enough research to really, I feel like, have a real strong foundation opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely am for the environment. You know, I'm definitely like, okay, if something's bad for the environment, I don't want to be around it. But you know, I still have trouble like recycling. I still have trouble, you know, doing things that also would be good for the environment. So I think, at least in my personal standpoint, I don't have enough like research on my own to be like, oh wow, this is horrible. But I noticed a lot of artists are in disagreement with NFTs because of
Mm-hmm.
that main reason.
Okay.
So I really don't have enough opinion on, you know, it's
No,
just to
it's
be really
okay.
honest.
Yeah, it's okay. As I'm saying, like everybody has their own opinion about NFTs, and kind of cool to just get other artists' opinion about it. You know,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I think it will help other artists and people understand more about NFTs. Whether it's on one side or other side, I feel like it's good to hear both sides. In your case, both sides, because you're like in the middle right now. Um, so it's actually really great to like just to hear an opinion about it. Um, so let's go with the last question. The last question, which is a big one, because I wrote it long. May have to reface this. But what do you need? What do people need to know about you, about how you think, and why you create to understand and appreciate your artwork?
That's a really good question. What do people need to know about me and how I create my artwork? So first off, it's very interesting how this came about, but I am on a personal level, not like through screens and not through you know, a lot like not through all this technology stuff, but on a personal level when I'm with somebody, I can be very intuitive. I tend to get messages for people through me. I guess you could say a channel. And that's kind of where I'm at with my art and it developing into something further.
Mm.
I really want to incorporate in my art that, you know, there is really something deeper to everything we see. And whatever you believe, it doesn't matter what you believe, everybody has their own beliefs. It's the fact that you have something in front of you, and I just want people to really be questioned, to looking further into that. I really want people to look at my art and have this like inquisitive nature about like, well, what does the eye mean? Why the eye? What's behind the eye? Why, you know, is it this way? Why is it that way? Or the message, especially with my art, I try to really think about the message that goes with my art and the piece, you know, in general that I'm pushing out there. So in a short version of the question, you know, an
Hmm.
answer for the question, I just want people to see through things, like how sometimes I see through things. It's not
Hmm.
about me, it's about people questioning their own lives, their own selves, looking at themselves, looking at their life, and like, whoa, okay, there is a deeper meaning to this or that or this, and running with it, and whatever that means to them, running with it. And if I can be that channel to bring that through to people, that's when I feel accomplished. You know,
Hmm.
I know everybody really wants great reviews on their art, but it really makes my day when people have any type of reaction. You know, I've had people tell me that like their art made their kids like scared, and I'm like, awesome, because that's what I want. I want not to scare kids, don't get me wrong,
All
but to,
right.
you know, yeah,
The
put that out there
title,
like
the title on YouTube. I want to scare kids with my art.
the more the more kids scared, the better.
All right, go ahead. I meant to
Yeah.
cut you off.
No, no. That's so funny. But, you know, it's just the idea of getting someone to think, like whether you're scared or whether you're like really thrown off. Like, what the hell is this? You know, I want that. I want people to question things. And that's kind of like where I'm going, at least right now with this. I'm still developing how to use these like intuitive abilities on a personal level into my art that can maybe stretch farther because I'm really working on that, you know, but yeah.
All right. That's a great answer. So that, scaring kids. That's all I remember. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Now, if you got anything from that, that's what
Uh,
I want. No, no.
so that's pretty much at the end. Any last comments you want to say about right now? About anything? About your art or anything
No.
else? Any last
Uh,
comments?
just really thank you for having me on here. You have a great podcast, a great channel.
No, thank you.
And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the questions you asked. As far as my stuff, just keep a lookout for me, guys. I plan to do a lot more with my work. I'm updating my website, so I'm going to have a little bit of a new look going on soon. Not too bad, not too different, but you can find me on Twitter. I think he's dropping the links now. Yeah, the bot's dropping the links. And you can find me on IG as well. He was showing you some of my work. But other than that, yeah, just reach out to me. If you have Twitter and you want to follow me on Twitter at nebulaezz, follow me, drop me a DM, say hi. Like, I'm not scary. I won't scare your kids, you know, but I want to say hi. And I'm really about meeting who interacts with my art. I want to meet you, basically. But yeah,
Yeah, the more artists, the more better.
yeah.
And yeah, spread the word about the Think of Artists. It's still very new. I'm still developing it. I'll probably have, add more questions later on. Do you have any like kind of like an opinion about the show, about like what could do something like better for next time, or more to the show, or just something in general?
No, I think you have like such a great thing going right now. Keep running with it because you're gonna get some really cool artists, I feel like.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I made a lot of cool artists. Like, I made one who does the eyeball style only, like, which is crazy and awesome. And then I also made an FX artist too as well, who does like a lot of graphic design. So, and then we have I have a few other artists. There are maybe will join us. Um, the podcast will be up. The first episode, episode 0, what I'm calling it, will be uploaded on the 30th. This episode will be the week after that on Sunday, and after that yeah, they'll be out there and just promote it and tell your friends, tell other artists that I am looking for other artists. I try to work around other people, other artists' schedule, so they don't have to like really mess with their schedules. And I try to meet them like the best I can. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this will be on YouTube the week after this Sunday. So keep a lookout for that. All the links will be there on there too as well. And yeah, just keep a lookout for the title. I want to scare kids with my art.
yeah, yeah, yep. That's me. You'll know
um,
it's me.
all right, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you again for joining me. Oh, and this is for YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and tell your friends about this Think of Art Artist podcast. Because I feel like this is the biggest thing missing on Twitch and also on YouTube, and they're not gonna do anything about it. So let's us do something about it. Let's get the word out to let promote other
Yes.
artists and get their artwork out there and showcase who they are and put themselves in the forefront. Because I know a lot of artists are have anxiety or not really want to be in the forefront for a long time, but I do understand that. But I feel like you should put in like they should be promoted and also celebrated as well, because a lot of this art is created within like YouTube or Twitch, and nobody really talks about them or showcase them who they are. And so hopefully this will help out. Just to add on that. So yeah, we'll plan more stuff out. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Thank you again for joining me. I'm gonna change scenes real quick in my YouTube
Sounds
scene.
good.
But yeah,
All
thank you
right.
again. Thank you so much. I'm gonna end the
Yes, thank
call.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll see ya.